Greetings and salutations, viewers. I'm StarPrincessHLC, and welcome back to Asagao Academy. When we last left off, we chose JonTron to take us to the little flower festival, so now I guess we're going down his path, where we're romancing JonTron for some reason. So, we're seeing where this is going, and Patches says hello. Say hello, Patches. You're a nice baby boy. But either way, we were talking to each other more than usual, hanging out with each other all the time, but I didn't know whether to consider the flower festival as our first date. I wasn't sure whether he had feelings for me either. True, especially considering he's got his bird. But we'll see. And I had feelings for him, but what were they? Perhaps it was the bird. It was all too confusing, so I almost preferred the general silence on that subject. Right now, hanging out with each other was fun. I didn't want to think about it harder than that. I agree. He's already got a girlfriend. We were window shopping and chatting with each other, but of course, when John saw this birdhouse in a shop window, he stopped. Now, nothing I did would make him budge. Well, I do like the colors. It is a home fit for a king. It is heaven. It is the seventh kingdom. Buy it for me. I glanced at the price tag and gasped. Dude, you can just make one yourself! It's not that difficult. Maybe not. Let's, Jock, you like ice cream, don't you? I enjoy it in theory, as every other semi-sentient human being does. But you know what I would enjoy not in theory? That birdhouse. Sean snapped his fingers. That was a loud snap. Did he actually make that snap himself? I don't even know. He makes a compelling case. Alright, buddy. If it's for you, it's worth it. Finally, you see who wears the pants in this relationship. And as pants are fundamentally worse than wearing dresses or going naked, we know who is superior here. You don't wear pants or a skirt either, buddy. You'd have no room to talk. Then again, he can shoot lasers out of his eyes. I had shock warily, but John simply laughed. Ha ha ha! My bird is evil. What a card, right, Hana? Right. John went inside to buy the birdhouse. I stayed behind the main center of the mall, watching a mother and her 3-year-old son walking past. It was adorable. Part of the reason I didn't want to go in was because everything in that shop was so damn expensive. The very thought of walking around in there sent shivers up my spine. You did say you didn't want special treatments in terms of that kind of stuff, so you're kind of at fault there. I mean, granted, if you can't afford it, that's another story. The bird shouldn't be pushing you either, but it's like you asked for not to have special treatment. One wrong move and I'd be back to Amarisu for me. But the other reason was that I needed some time away from Jacques. My feelings on him were mixed. Admittedly, it was hard for me to hang around him so much. It was clear that John wasn't going to part with him, though, so I tried to suck it up. Yep, he's the third wheel in this case, or this reason, I guess a third cog. It was clear that Jacques was a well-behaved bird robot, one who was not at all inclined to talent-based murder on a whim. Yeah. But every now and then, he'd flutter his wings or turn to preen himself, and adrenaline shot through my body. I was constantly on edge, and it was nice to have a break, even if it was only temporary. Wait, is she saying that she's completely fine with the robot bird going around randomly murdering people, but the minute he starts preening himself and acting like a bird, it's like, ooh. John emerged from the shop, a large cardboard box under one arm. Sweet, I got it. Ready to head back? What? Already? But we just got here. Oh, we did, didn't we? It would be hard to lug this thing around all over the mall, though. He's got a point. John made a face at me and I sighed. Fine, let's go back. Sweet, thanks, Hana. And I'm still gonna be a tree in a stupid play. A few days later, I was sitting in John's dorm room, wielding a heavy hammer. Why? John poked his head over the instructional manual, examining the different planks of wood in front of us. Ah, they're building Jacques' birdhouse. I had no idea how this was supposed to become a birdhouse, but John was determined to see it through. Nail this in here. John pointed to a dot in the orange wood, and I lifted the nail over the spot. Here? Yep, there. Are you sure? Yes, it'll be the side. Hammer it in. I scrunched my eyes shut and lifted the hammer. Whoa, 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 whoa! What on earth are you doing? I froze, staring at him. Hammering the wood? Hammering your fist, more like. I'm better with pottery wheels? Give me that. John yanked the hammer from my hand, shaking his head. Kill me like a maniac, I swear. But he was smiling even as he huffed. Day faded to night as we worked on the little birdhouse, fielding some harsh words from other boys on the floor and mishaps involving incorrectly attached spokes. I don't know. All I hear is this banging in my head. I hope it stops. Finally, John screwed in a peg on the front of the house and sat back on his heels. Oh, finally, the hammering stopped. We did it. It's done. It is... A tiny orange birdhouse with a dirty red roof stood proudly in front of us, about as tall as my arm. It looked bigger on the box, but maybe this is better. John stood the birdhouse on the edge of his desk and smiled. Now Jacques has a place to stay when he pretends to sleep. When he pretends to sleep. He's a robot. Would you really expect him to actually sleep? Well, he's got to recharge, but I have to plug him in and watch him for that to happen. Otherwise his battery could overload and he'd literally explode. I don't know, he's exploded before and he seems to come back perfectly fine. Unless it's like you got a bunch of clones of him. He can explode? He's got a self-destruct mechanism too, but don't worry, only I know what phase triggers that. Was that really a good thing? So now that we're done, do you want to take a break and play some games or something? Oh, that sounds really nice. Do you mind if we do a puzzle game? I want to practice for the tournament, so... John's face darkened as soon as I said the word puzzle, and I stopped in my tracks. He's gonna have a bad wartime flashback, isn't he? Hey, Patches. Thank goodness you're not a robot. Well, it might be easier. Then I wouldn't have to clean up your poop. Or feed you. Puzzles. My old nemesis. He stroked his beard, and then turned to stare solemnly out the window. Oh god, he is having a wartime flashback! I timidly approached him, hands pressed to my rapidly beating heart. Be still. What? What happened between you and puzzles so many years ago? Oh, now you did it. Now you did it. Now you did it. It wasn't what I wanted to happen, I'll tell you that. John leaned an arm over the window, then heaved a heavy sigh. I loved puzzles. They were good to me. In return, I was good to them. We were symbiotic. But then, he shuddered. They destroyed me. I was stuck on a puzzle I witnessed several times before, but was never able to solve. I spent hours poring over this puzzle. Days, even. Finally, I decided to take a break. What can take my mind off this? I asked myself. Unsurprisingly, I knew the answer. A new puzzle. A new challenge. Something grounded in reality. I would solve a 1,000-piece puzzle. But John! I know. I should have known better. Should have been more careful. He clenched his fist, then hid his face. After a few seconds, he collected himself and resumed. I shook the pieces out of the box and set to work. But both games were salty. In hindsight, I should have known better than to puzzle in front of another puzzle. So what happened in the end? I laid a gentle hand on John's shoulders. He nodded at me, gathering strength from my touch. I finished the 1,000-piece puzzle, all except for one piece.
No.
No! That piece went missing.
No.
No! I found that piece underneath the very puzzle I was solving. No! The humanity! Yes! That is as it happened. John put his face in his hands. When I returned, a shattered mess, to my beloved computer puzzles, I discovered my save was wiped out as well. I knew then what happened. The puzzle gods were angry at me! No, they are angry with me! And that is why I can't go near them. Oh, John. Oh, ever so dramatic, John. We love you for it. He turned slowly towards me, staring at me with eyes ablaze. That is why you are here! Me? Yes, you!
Hana.
You, Hana. You are our only hope! Tying this into your Star Wars reviews there, John? John took my hand in his, leaning towards me. His brown eyes got bigger and bigger, and what pretty eyelashes he had. Ellipses. Then his face just centimeters from mine. So don't mess this up, okay? Ugh. Okay. He stepped away from the window and from me, returning to our rugged birdhouse.
See you later.
Anyways, I've got some work to do now, so I'll see you later. Summarily dismissed and not entirely sure what just happened. That makes two of us. I gathered my things. John was inspecting his planner, frustration etched on his face. Don't you mean it on his face? Sorry. I do like JonTron. Right, thanks anyway, John. John glanced at me and seeing the sad look on my face, frowned. No, thank you. I really enjoyed myself. This was fun. We should hang out more often. I'm not satisfied with seeing you alone only every couple days. That would be nice.
Huh.
It's such a shame you're not interested in joining the play. I would get to see you all the time, and I swear you're just right for a tree. I thought I already secured the part of the tree. Really? I'm still questioning why he put Jacques as Juliet. Whatever. He shook his head sadly.
See ya.
Anyways, be seeing ya. The more time I spent with John, the more attractive the prospect of joining the play became. You're just saying that to impress him. Of course, being a tree was not something I would ever be proud to admit to. I certainly wouldn't be running home to tell my dad about it. Hey, Dad, guess what? I was a tree today. That's nice, sweetie. Now stop playing your Pokemon Go and go inside and make dinner. I don't know. But if I could see John every day, it just might be worth it. John and I tried to spend more time together over the next week, but it proved to be rather difficult. Between John's play practice, our homework, PB&J, normal Boots Club meetings, and practicing for the tournament, there was hardly any time in which we could see each other. Even when we did, we were almost never alone. I was in my room, PBG was in his, students wandering the fields and hallways, and, of course, Jacques is with him all the time, let's just say that right off the bat. But with all the time I wasn't spending with John, I started to reconsider his proposal. As insulting as it was, his belief that I would sincerely make the best tree this side of the Pacific, I had no doubt he sincerely meant it as a compliment. John was prone to putting his foot in his mouth. He was blunt and straightforward and usually said exactly what he meant, even if it wasn't the most tactful thing, or even what his true feelings on the situation were. That's JonTron for you! Besides, if you looked at it a different way, being a tree really was a special kind of talent. If you say so. One had to remain still and completely and totally lack presence. Apparently ninjas trained hard to develop this kind of ability, and here I had it naturally. So you're a pink-haired ninja tree. Good for you. Sure, pretending to be a tree wasn't exactly as cool as being a ninja, but it would be kind of cool being a play. Due to my stage fright, I had never been in one. If I didn't even have to speak to be a tree, it was the perfect role. I didn't think another opportunity as perfect as this would come again. So with these totally reasonable and not at all reaching justifications in mind, I went to class to talk to John. But John wasn't in class that day. It was unusual, but not totally unexpected. John was falling behind with preparations for the play and had been working hard. It wouldn't surprise me if he skipped class to build a set of review costume designs. So when class finally ended, I headed to the theater intent on accepting John's offer and helping any way I possibly could. That was the loudest door squeak ever. But I opened the door to the theater, and it creaking with what felt like deliberate menace. The light from the open doorway cascaded through the audience seats and down onto the stage. But nobody came. What is this, Undertale? The house lights were off. Only a few lights dimly lit on stage. Maybe the drama club didn't meet every day. But it was weird to have those lights left on if nobody was around. I wasn't about to go fiddling in the dark with the stage equipment, though. Maybe John was resting in his dorm room. I turned to leave when something made me pause. And it is that where we are leaving off on. I know, cliffhangers, I know. But we got a little bit more into JonTron's backstory. His horror with puzzle games. Both real and on the computer. So, I guess we're getting closer to getting him to like us? I don't know. This is very bizarre, very interesting. But it's JonTron, so I kind of expect that. So, I guess we'll see what happens in the next part. But for now, this is StarPrincessHLC saying thank you very much for watching, and have a fond farewell.